In previous section we explained about IAM. Before going to use any service in AWS, IAM is very important. Please watch IAM, then please go ahead for the next sessions. So today we are going to discuss about EC2 instance. So AWS offering EC2 instance is one of the service. Why we are using EC2 instance, we will see. If you see, EC2 basically is nothing but a virtual server. When I say virtual server means you can't see, it's totally different. Like suppose you have a machine with an operating system and hardware components, but you can see, right? But in terms of cloud, when we talk about, it's like a totally different, it's like a virtual server. Basically, in AWS ecosystem we can call is like a elastic compute cloud, AWS. Basically users create virtual machines of their own choice of configurations. Like one user can say, okay, I need low configuration, I don't want any high capacity related information. Like depend on the use case, you can create your own choice of configurations. Like you want to create many instances, like no, I want 5 instances at a time. In your local, if you want to create, you need five laptops, right? But in the cloud they are providing, you can give an option like horizontal scaling, you can do. Okay, basically easy to instance the some capabilities it supports. Like user can rent the virtual service per hour and use it to deploy their own applications. Okay, you want to use for only 1 hour, 2 hours or 3 hours, so you can pay only 3 hours of rent, like a pay as you go. This is one of the benefit in the EC2 instance. Okay, and if you want to store your application permanently, whenever if you restart your system, application should not be lost, right? They are providing like storing data on the virtual drives. Okay, that is called EBS. And one more capability is providing distributed load across machines. Okay, this is like ELB, elastic load balancing. And finally there is one more option, auto scaling, that is ASG. Basically EC2 is providing multiple instance types. Okay, when I say, if you create an instance in AWS, you can see lot of instance types. Okay, and basically why EC2? Okay, before using a service we need to think why we are using this one. Okay, we have an option, auto scaling. If you take an example, Flipkart or Amazon, there is a big billion day will happen, right? Basically per day if 1,000 users are accessing, they are running for only the 5 servers. Okay, but in big billion day, not 1,000, it will be around 10,000 users at a time, they will use that website, so the load will be increased. Whenever the load will be increased, what auto scaling will do, based upon your CPU utilization, you can configure the options. Okay, whenever my CPU utilization 75% is happen, then you can add 5 more instances. Okay, on the next day, whenever the big billion day is completed, so users will be less. That time you no need that many servers. Previously use 5, then you use it 10, right? Whenever users are decreased, then you can decrease your servers. You no need to do the manually. Then you can say, okay, my CPU utilization is less than 50%, then you can configure only the 5 instances. This is one of the important benefit in EC2. And pay as you go, as I earlier I said, okay, utilized only the 7 hours, 8 hours, you can pay only the 8 hours. But we are using them free tier, right? 750 hours per month you can use. After 1 year, you need, if you are using like 1 hour, you need to pay only the 1 hour. Okay, then increasing reliability. Basically AWS providing in many regions and availability zones. Okay, you can take your application in multiple copies in your multiple zones. If you take the Mumbai region, I have 3 availability zones. As I explained, availability zone is nothing but a data center. Suppose if any disaster happen, one data center is failed, or lost the data, that means your application will not be lost. One more data center will take care your application. In this way you can take more reliability will be there in EC2 instance in AWS. And elasticity, as the name itself, it will came from elastic cloud compute. If you see in the previous tutorial, I say it stands for elastic compute cloud. That means if you are using initially you took some low configuration instance, okay, after that you need one more instance. Instead of taking the low, you can take single high configuration machine, so it your own choice of your configuration. So that means like a elasticity. Okay, these are all the benefits of EC2 instance. Quickly we'll see how to create EC2 instance in AWS. Okay, I already logged in my account. My availability zone, my region is Mumbai region. Okay, when you create an EC2 instance, you can configure the option also, like in which availability zone you want to create. Okay, if you click on the services, here you can see here compute. In compute, the first service is EC2. Either you can click, if you want to type, you can type EC2 instance. Just click virtual server in the cloud. The name, the description, if you see, it's like a virtual server. Click on EC2 instance. If you see here, this is the dashboard. Recently the UI is updated. Previously the old UI screen is there. This is the new screen. Still they are working. And if you see here, there is a launch instance. To get started, launch an Amazon EC2 instance. It's like a virtual server in the cloud. Click on EC2 instance. Basically Amazon AWS are providing AMI, means Amazon Machine Image. That means which contain copy of your disk, like a base operating system will be available. Okay, so if you click on the left side, there is a free tier only. We are using the free tier access. So if you click here, which are all operating systems you can use, you can click. If you want to Amazon Linux AMI or Red Hat, these are all the Linux flavors. This is a Ubuntu server, very well known Linux operating system. You want to create any Windows operating system, you can create. Okay, quickly in this section I will take Ubuntu server. This is a Ubuntu server 18.04. click on 64-bit and click select. Here if you see all instance types, here when you create a EC2, you need to configure 7 steps. In the top, if you see, choose AMI, you already configured. Instance type, configure instance, storage, tag, we will see all the sections. Okay, please understand in this section instance type. If you filter by, we have 5 types: general purpose, compute, GPU, memory and storage. Based on your business criteria, you can choose. Now this is like a some demo application, like some web application. If you want to deploy, then you can click the free tier. By default, Amazon free tier eligible, they are providing as general purpose and micro type. Okay, you can choose your own configuration. Okay, if you buy a laptop, people think, okay, I need to use 6 GB or RAM or any processor like that. They are providing also. If you see here, vCPUs and memory, how much memory RAM is required. If you see here, these are all the different types of categories: 48 vCPU, 198 2 GB. So these are all. So by default it is providing this a free tile. And there is a instant storage is EBS volume. If you see here, 2 types: EBS volume and instant storage. One more, see, if you write an application, like you have an application, when next reboot is happen, if you want to see, it's like a persistent storage, the application will not be lost. If you choose, by default is providing the EBS volume. And how the network performance will be there, if this is a current generation, or it's displaying show and hide all, show or hide columns. If you click here, Here lot of things you can see. You can clock speed, physical processor. If you click, it will display the physical processor from the which family, Intel related or AMD, or is it different types of processors. Okay, so quickly I can go for the next configuration. If you see here, configure instance details, I explained you can provision a number of instances. I hope it is around 20 instances at a time you can provision. So it's like a auto scaling group. I explained there is one of the capabilities providing. So as of now it's a demo purpose, right? So I'm giving only one instance this time. And spot instances on demand it will be give you. As of now keep these are all the default options, you no need to configure. Like it's like just you are testing some normal EC2, your first EC2, right? uh, then if you see here network, there is a VPC, virtual private cloud. Virtual private cloud means like some basic idea just I'm providing. Like you are creating a web server in your Linux machine, so you want to expose to your public. That means public in the sense anyone can access. All right, in your application you are interacting a database, right? In the database it should not be exposed to the public, it should be a subnet. If you keep as a subnet your database, only within the private cloud you can access, not outside the public. So you can configure that part is a VPC. So default VPC is available, and your subnet also you can give your preference. As I'm in the Mumbai region, so you can give like subnet south 1B, south 1C, south 1A. If you don't provide, by default it will take one availability zone. Okay, next, auto assign public IP, it will be generate one public IP for your subnets also. And this is an IAM. As of now keep the same thing. And there is a shutdown behavior. Okay, there's two options, stop and terminate. Suppose when you accidentally shut down your instance, sometimes may happen, right? Your application will be it should be stopped your machine, sometimes some hang on something. Here you, whenever that type of situation if you see, you don't want to delete your machine, just you are stopping your machine, so you can configure the behavior like a stop and terminate. If you give as a terminate, accidentally your machine is stopped, then automatically it will be delete after some time. This is called like shutdown behavior. Okay, and there is a monitoring, there is a CloudWatch detailed monitoring. This option is required whenever any business application is running, whenever the view information is required about your instance. Okay, how much utilization is happening, while watching, while we'll discuss in CloudWatch is one of the service, then we can discuss about this part. By default for the free of cost, right, it will give some basic operations. And tenancy, if you see here, whenever your application is a more security is required, then you can run a dedicated instance also. This is one of the option. This all you no need to bother about, it's like a default options. Okay, I will quickly go for the next. This is advanced details, we will discuss this section in the next part. Click on add storage. If you see here, there is a add storage. Like when you buy a laptop, your configuration details, like how much GB is required, like 500 GB or 2 TB or 1 TB, right? So this volume type as a root, and the device type like is a SDA1, and you can give over. If you are using a free tier application, right, so up to 30 GB using general access like a solid state drive, you can give a volume type also. Okay, you can give anything, but now I'm providing as 8 GB. Okay, delete on termination, whenever you are deleted your virtual machine, it will be delete automatically, it will be detach your storage also. Right now this is not encrypted, we will see in further sessions about the encryption. Next section is add tags. If you see here, tag for admin, if visibility is required, like when he created number of instances like dev or SIT or production, it's like one of the visibility, he can add your tags. You can say it's a test machine. You can give like, okay, this is for the development purpose you are creating, like my first virtual VM, you can say in that way. Okay, it's like a tag names. Then click on the next, configure security group. When I say security group is nothing but it's like a firewall, who will access, who want to give the permission. Like by default, if you want to access Linux machine, 22 port is required in order to access. If it is a Windows, some port number is like RDP, remote desktop, some port is required for that Windows machine. For the Linux, you by default you can give SSH. Okay, you want to give the any new rule like custom TCP. Like suppose in a further sessions I will explain, if you install a web server, some Apache, okay, you want to expose a port number outside the public, then we can add that port number here. Okay, as of now leave this like empty, you can give only the SSH is a custom, or you can give anywhere who one can access, and my IP like it will be generate one IP, so you can say custom, that means anyone can access. Okay, go and click on the review and the next launch. Let me go for the previous ones. Source needs to be CCADR, so let me, I can give anywhere. As of now I'm giving, if you see here, rules with 00 indicates means all IP addresses to access your instance. We recommend security group rules to allow known IP. As of now give the default permissions. Click on review and launch. As of now whatever you given, all information you can see here. One more time, you want to change, you can change here. See, up to this all tabs we done. AMI details, instance type, security group, this all information you can do. Okay, now click on launch instance. Before doing the launch instance, you need to give a key pair. If you want to access your machine, you need to download a key pair. If you see here, choose an existing key pair or create a new key pair. Now I will give the new pair. When I say why it is important means, here two ways you can do. Either you can log in with your username and password by using your private key. Okay, this is, if you lost, this is the key, you cannot log into your VM. So this key is very important. Download this key and keep it in safe place. It is related to a AMI, your Linux machine. Okay, just I'm giving as my private key for easy to. Okay, my private key, just I'm giving my private key. Okay, just click on download key pair. So it is downloaded my key pair. Now click on launch instance. Now your instances are now launching. Now you given an action, so it will take some 1 minute to create your VM. It will be ready. By using your private key you can log in. Just click view instances. See, now your VM is ready. See, the state is running. Okay, now your VM is ready in AWS. Now you want to log in with your VM. We have two ways. Who are using the Windows machine, they need to use the PuTTY, and if you are a Linux machine, you can directly log in with your terminal. Okay, now how to log in using Linux or the Mac, maybe we can see now. Okay, if you see here in the down, all descriptions will be available here. If you see public DNS and public IP, so if you want to access your machine, you can use this public IP. And we have some subnet ID, and there is key pair name you given as a my private key, which instance state now it is a running or deleted, or and instance type, this is a t2.micro. Okay, and network interface, for every VM there is one network interface is also required. And if you go down, all options you can see here. This is the status check you can enable. This is for the monitoring purpose. Default some is a free of cost, right? Some free some information they are providing, utilization, how much is happening, how much disk rates are happening. If you want detail monitoring, it will be a price, so they will charge from your card. So as of now is a free, right? So this is a tax, is a test machine, is a dev key. In the next tutorial, how to log in by using the Linux machine, I will explain you. Okay, thank you guys, we'll see in the next tutorial.